Hey, my name's Nat. Let's see what's making news. We're only days away from the start of the FIFA Women's World Cup, and with all eyes on the event, the Matildas have released a video calling on soccer's governing bodies to make some big changes. Here's Joe.
In just 4 days' time, the Matildas will play their first World Cup match right here in Australia. And they're hoping to do more than just win.
We'll do everything we can to make the country proud when we take the field, and also to leave the shirt in a better place for those who follow in our footsteps.
Today, the players released a video calling on FIFA, Football Australia and the A-League to better support women's football.
We call on all those in positions of power across football, business and politics to come on this journey with us to make women's football as big as it can be, here and around the world.
They called things out like unequal prize money between the men's and women's games.
FIFA will still only offer women 1/4 as much prize money as men for the same achievement.
A lack of full-time opportunities in the Women's A-League and not enough support behind some of the teams from other countries, who still don't have minimum pay and conditions. They say while the sport's come a long way in the last couple of decades, there's still a long way to go, and they're up for the fight.
Those that came before us showed that being a Matilda means something. They showed us how to fight for recognition, validation and respect. This is our legacy.
This is our legacy.
This is our legacy.
Things might be a little chilly here in Australia at the moment, but in the Northern Hemisphere, it's hot. Like, really hot. Tens of millions of people are sweltering through extreme heat waves. People in Rome have been told to stay indoors between 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. In Greece, the ancient Acropolis has closed for the 3rd day in a row. While in the US, the famously hot Death Valley National Park has hit 54 degrees Celsius and could soon break the record for the hottest reliably recorded temperature on Earth. Now it's time to celebrate some wins with all the action from the Women's Ashes and Wimbledon in sport.
Australia has retained the Women's Ashes in a nail-biter. England was set a target of 283, the second highest in women's one-day history, and they looked up to the challenge. But needing 5 runs off the final ball of the match, they fell just short.
It is a single to England, and it is a win to Australia.
It was the Aussie spinners who starred with the ball, with Gardner and King both taking 3 wickets each, while Elise Perry was up to her usual antics, scoring 91 with the bat. With only 1 match left, Australia now can't lose the series, which means they'll hang on to the Ashes for another year. Carlos Alcaraz has become the youngest men's Wimbledon champion in almost 40 years. The world #1 beat Novak Djokovic in 5 sets. This is Alcaraz's first Wimbledon title, and in his winning speech, he actually thanked Djokovic for being a bit of an inspiration.
You inspire me a lot. I started playing tennis, watching you.
Meanwhile, the women's singles title was claimed by Marketa Vondrousova, who defeated Ons Jabeur. It was a fairy tale finish for Vondrousova, who is the lowest ranked player to ever win Wimbledon, with a world ranking of 42.
Cabin crew arm doors and cross-check. Now it's time to get airborne, just like these next stories. First up, to a drone light show in Melbourne that went horribly wrong over the weekend. Hundreds of drones started falling from the sky, landing in the cold Yarra River below. Luckily, nobody was hurt. The next morning, a group of scuba divers carried out a recovery mission to find the missing drones. And as of right now, nobody knows exactly what went wrong. Now to the US, where sightings of an extraterrestrial green flash in the night sky have been captured on video near the border of Louisiana and Mississippi. The green light is actually just a meteor entering Earth's atmosphere and burning up. So technically it is from outer space, but it's not aliens or anything. Oh well. And finally, to Darwin, where I'm afraid this plane doesn't look like it's getting airborne anytime soon. Because it's part of the annual beer can regatta, which has just taken place on Mindle Beach. The event dates back to the mid-1970s, and the challenge is simple, but pretty tricky to pull off. Build a boat out of empty tin cans, milk cartons and plastic bottles, send it sailing into the water, and the last one standing is the winner. Well, that's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. How do I land this thing?